Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Ford. Ford, built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, 919 all fours.
It was a long journey, but we're here. Game week number 1 here on the Carolina Insider. Thanks so much for being with us today. And we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. And that's because after a little bit of a sluggish start through the first 2.5 quarters, Carolina football woke up and erupted, ran past Syracuse by the final score of 31-6 in Kenan Stadium on Saturday afternoon. We, of course, have you fully covered on the game with highlights plus post-game reaction from the head coach of the Tar Heels, Mack Brown. Earlier in the week, Adam Lucas and I had a chance to catch up with Michael Carter. Carter ended up with a big day, 180 yards of total offense when you mix in running, receiving, and kick returns. We will hear some of that interview with Michael. Plus, of course, we're going to take a drive around the social media landscape with Carolina Athletics as well. But first, let's start off with the first half highlights. Carolina and Syracuse kicking off the 2020 season in Kenan Stadium.
It took a while to get here, but the 2020 season is underway. Short end-over-end kick will be fielded by Carter at about the 7, picking his way over the 15, comes back to the 20, spent by a man at the 25, runs into some traffic, but still churning. Gets out to about the 35, maybe 36-yard line. 3rd and 20, and Howell is going to throw. Has time to do so, uncorks one, caught short of the first down. Inside the Syracuse, well, right at the Syracuse 40, so it's a gain of 13. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, ball on the far hash. Howell in the shotgun, he will throw. Pressure coming, Carolina picks it up and dumps it off over the middle. Caught, first down, Newsome. He is upended at the 22-yard line, but go ahead and move the chains. Carolina picks up the first down. 10th play of the drive for the Tar Heels. Howell to throw, over the middle, tight end, Walston at the 5, give him 6. Carolina, first possession of the season, results in a touchdown. Lee, that was, with some speed bumps, a pretty surgical drive there by the Heels. DeVito alone in the shotgun, off the 8-yard line. He's standing back at about the 14. Tamon Fox got pulled down as he was chasing DeVito, no flag, and Surratt helps usher DeVito out of bounds as he scrambled right side. 7 seconds left. I thought for sure a flag was going to come as Tamon Fox had busted right by the offensive line, got tugged down from behind. Carolina nearly blocks the kick as Schmidt misses it wide right. Schmidt, who's only missed in his career 7 field goals. He won the Groza Award as the best kicker in the country a couple years ago. 7-3 Carolina. A sloppy first half. The two teams go 5 of 19 on 3rd down.
2020 has been the year of the unthinkable, and millions of Americans are struggling to put food on the table. So Wells Fargo is helping our neighbors feed their loved ones, using some of our locations as drive-up food banks, and helping provide 50 million meals for Americans in need. The unthinkable has happened. Now it's time to rethink how to make a difference. Wells Fargo.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0 for 60 plus 1,000 trade assist cash or up to 5,000 cash back on Escape or Explorer. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today.
It's back. The return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison & Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison & Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
So despite a big statistical advantage at halftime, Carolina only led on the scoreboard 7-3, and things didn't get started a whole lot better in the second half. After an early turnover, Syracuse drove and kicked a field goal to get within 1, but from that point forward, it was all Tar Heels. We have a bunch of highlights to show you from the second half in Keenan as Carolina blows past the Orange 31-6. You'll see those, and then here's some reaction from Coach Brown as well. Let's check it out.
2nd and 9. Late third quarter. Heels up 10-6. Snap a little high. Howell able to get it in handoff. Here goes Carter. 50, 45, 40. Carter angles to the sideline. 25 finally slowed up around the 20. And a big play for the Tar Heels on the ground. Has them inside the Orange 20-yard line. Carolina hustles to the line of scrimmage. Javonte Williams is now in. Howe takes the snap, looks right, fires to De'Ami Brown at the 5. Boy, he got slowed up by the umpire. That allowed Syracuse to catch up to him and take him down without De'Ami Brown scoring. Carolina has a tight end on either side of the line. Now send a man in motion. Howe will give it to Javonte Williams. Powers forward to the goal line. And half a yard short. 2nd and goal. Carolina will bring Howe away from the shotgun up to under center. Gets the snap, turns, gives it to Javonte Williams, and no question, this time plows forward into the end zone for the touchdown. Redshirt junior from Orlando, Florida, is the running back in there for Syracuse. DeVito to throw, and too bad, Tamon Fox rips him down back at the 15. That is the 7th sack of the day for Carolina. Heels fake the swing pass. Howe now will scramble. He's got a lot of grass in front of him. Oh my goodness! He took a shot when he was sliding down, and here come the flags. Mikel Jones with a blatant lower his helmet drill Howe as he was sliding. Howe does get up and is all right. Carolina fakes a reverse. Now Howe dumps it to Carter in heavy traffic in the flat right side. He's coming back all the way to the far side of the field. He's got a convoy. Green grass, dive for the pylon, down at the 1, just shy of the score. Boy, what a neat play by Phil Longo. Howe claps his hands. He'll smartly keep it on the ground to Javonte Williams for 6. 2nd touchdown of the day for the Tar Heel running back. Cooney has boomed some punts today and gets another big one away. That Daz Newsome backing up, fields at about the 17. Boy, nice cutback, and now he has some room. Newsome's at the 40. Newsome cuts back again, heading to the far sideline. He's at the 50, trying to direct some blocks. He's finally dragged down at the Syracuse 44.
It's the return guys. They never struck any fear in the hearts of their opponents in the kicking game.
Howell drops back to throw, scrambles, finds De'Ami Brown at the 30. Brown coming down the far sideline, dragging some Orangemen with him inside the 10. Boy, somebody woke up the Tar Heel offense, and it is humming right now. 1st and goal. Josh Downs wraps around the shotgun position of Howell. Howell hands off to Javonte Williams, bounces off 2 Syracuse players who tried to stop him, and for the 3rd time this quarter, Javonte Williams hits Pater. Touchdown, Carolina, 30-6. It is 3rd and 10 for Culpepper. Over the middle, intercepted. Picked off by Giovanni Biggers. The young safety coming back the other way, slung down at the 45. Gio Biggers, the sophomore from Woodbridge, Virginia, gets the first turnover of the day for the Tar Heel D. After being up just 7-6 midway third quarter, Carolina dominates the rest of the way home and wins it 31-6.
I thought with all the things that have happened with Coach Babers in preseason, with some kids opting out, and I thought his team played really hard, and they should be very, very proud of the effort that they gave. But I'm proud of our kids, proud of the second half, and our goal was to be 1-0. We are, and we'll get ready for Charlotte here starting tomorrow.
With their secondary, they're playing really deep. They're kind of bailing on everything, so we knew our deep game wasn't really going to be there, so we just had to take the underneath stuff and just take what they were giving us. So once we settled down and started doing that, things started opening up.
It's back, the return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first-place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
2020 has been the year of the unthinkable, and millions of Americans are struggling to put food on the table. So Wells Fargo is helping our neighbors feed their loved ones, using some of our locations as drive-up food banks, and helping provide 50 million meals for Americans in need. The unthinkable has happened. Now it's time to rethink how to make a difference. Wells Fargo.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0 for 60 plus 1,000 trade assist cash or up to 5,000 cash back on Escape or Explorer. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Earlier this week, Phil Longo said that Michael Carter was one of the most popular players on the team, but then he quickly said not just because of his personality and how fun a guy he is, but because of his work ethic and how much he tries to be successful and does the right things to make himself successful. We had a chance to talk to Michael Carter earlier in the week about this strange offseason and the upcoming year. Let's take a look at that conversation with Tar Heel senior tailback Michael Carter.
So much going on in the world these last couple months, health-wise, social-wise, just so much other than just football. What do you feel like has enabled, at least from the outside, it seems like Carolina football has really balanced all those things pretty well. How has that worked?
Leadership from top to bottom. It starts really with Mac and his conversations with the athletic director and other coaches, other coaches around the nation see what they're doing and trying to improve on what they're doing. And I feel like personally that we've been in the safest position possible, maybe compared to some of these other schools, not throwing anybody under the bus. But I feel like Mac really cares about us to the point where he doesn't want to play at all if it's not safe for us. So I really feel like the balance has been due to leadership.
Michael, Coach Brown put out a pretty strong statement as far as Black Lives Matter a couple of weeks ago. I think he may have been sitting right in the chair that you're sitting in now when he did so. How did that hit you from the player perspective when you saw that particular piece?
It means a lot because you don't see a lot of coaches speak out, or it may feel like it's not as genuine, but the way Mac acts every day backs up what he says, and I feel like it means a lot to me because I lived this life, and like a lot of teammates know that I've experienced that. So, and a lot of them have as well. So I feel like it meant a lot to come from Matt because he also not only wants to speak out on it on his own, and he does stuff that he'll never tell, but he helps in his own way, and he has the biggest platform out of anybody in this whole building. So for him to be able to stand on his platform and say that means a lot to the people that work for him and play for him.
All right, now the first time we had you on, we learned that you were a big movie buff, and at that time, I had seen 0 Marvel movies. I'd now seen them all. That was my quarantine project, so I'm catching up to you.
What's your favorite one?
I really like the first Iron Man, but I also like Ant-Man, which I'm getting to. So it turns out that the director of Ant-Man, Peyton Reed, is a Carolina alum, and we're working on getting him on the podcast. When we get him on here, what should we ask Peyton Reed, the director of Ant-Man, about either Ant-Man specifically or Marvel as a whole that Michael Carter, the expert, wants to know?
What I want you to ask him is if I could play the Green Lantern. I feel like you go on. Actually, no, that's DC. I'm tripping. Ask him if I can play, like, I don't know, make me something.
Yeah, that's right. We'll find a character for post-football life Michael Carter.
Just let me get in a movie. I don't want to be no extra, though. Just, like, let me get, like,
we need some lines.
Yeah, I was looking up on research, and I seen The Wolf of Wall Street yesterday, just, like, rewatching it. And Leonardo DiCaprio made $25 million. So I could use that.
That's what Jones makes for one podcast.
Right, this interview, it's about $1 million per minute, so let's keep talking, Michael.
For real, so, I mean...
All right, now hold on. You've been going a couple months now with what I like to call the short hair life. You and we're basically twins now with our hairstyles. What is it freeing to be free of all the long hair?
Yeah, I feel like I look good out there on the field.
Oh yeah, are you faster?
I miss my hair. I mean, sometimes I miss it, but not really. You see the waves?
That's impressive.
Yeah, so I've been working hard. Yeah.
Well, Michael, we are excited to see you and however much hair that you have on your head when it comes time in Kenan Stadium. Oh, one last thing. We asked Chaz Surratt this last week when we talked to Chaz. No fans in the stadium at least these first 2 weeks. Do you have any feel for what that will be like and how strange that might be for you?
Yeah, I was watching some of the games over the past weekend, and one that stood out to me was the one last night BYU played Navy. And I really feel like BYU brought their own energy. So I feel like that's what our sideline needs to look like this weekend.
It will certainly be a unique situation in Kenan Stadium and across college football as things get going coming up on Saturday. Michael, always a pleasure to talk with you, man. Appreciate the time and look forward to doing it again soon.
Appreciate it.
2020 has been the year of the unthinkable, and millions of Americans are struggling to put food on the table. So Wells Fargo is helping our neighbors feed their loved ones, using some of our locations as drive-up food banks, and helping provide 50 million meals for Americans in need. The unthinkable has happened. Now it's time to rethink how to make a difference. Wells Fargo.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. driver in your blind spot? We can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0 for 60 plus 1,000 trade assist cash or up to 5,000 cash back on Escape or Explorer. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today.
It's back. The return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Well, only one way that we wrap things up here on the Carolina Insider. Adam Lucas and I will take a quick look around the social media landscape. Let's go on that social drive with Carolina Athletics. Adam saw this tweet from Phil Longo a couple of days ago about Tamari showing some veteran guidance to some younger players.
This is what you got to have. You got to have the veterans leading the younger guys.
Tamari Fox, one of the stronger players on Carolina's defensive line. Of course, he's also Tamon Fox's younger brother. Both those guys figure to play big roles for Carolina this year, and Tamari has been a player certainly that the coaches have talked a lot about, taking a big step between his first season and second season here in Chapel Hill, and who knows, maybe a future on the coaching staff for somebody as well. All right, let's go from some current football to some football in the past, and we're going way back to 1948. We did some research. You see this is from the old football film Twitter feed. It is Charlie Choo Choo Justice returning a punt for a touchdown. We'll tell you about it in a second, but let's take a listen.
Gary of the Bulldogs kicks. And under it is the Asheville Flash. He streamlines it for the thrill play of the afternoon. That's justice for you.
This is actually in Athens, Georgia, against Georgia, a 21-14 win. Charlie Justice had all 3 touchdowns for Carolina in that game, including the game winner there, an 84-yard punt return for the score. It's funny, Adam, because a lot of people sent me that video and said it looked like the Gio Bernard punt, at least as far as the part of the field. It really did go down that far sideline. For younger folks who don't know Charlie Justice, of course, there's a statue out in front of Kenan Stadium, 2-time runner-up for the Heisman, and just quite simply one of the best football players ever to do it at Carolina.
The Carolina Insider Research Department really killed it on that clip, digging up exactly what game it came from. Got to question the Georgia punt coverage scheme. You went for the fake with Charlie Justice faking it to someone. He scored 3 touchdowns. He's not going to hand it off on the reverse. And one of the most frequent questions when there are fans in Kenan Stadium that you hear at every single game, why is the 22-yard line blue? Because of that guy right there. Charlie Justice wore number 22 for the Tar Heels. That's why that yard line is blue. So the next time it comes up when you're in Kenan Stadium, which hopefully will be soon, you can turn around and tell that fan behind you, Charlie Justice.
All right, Adam, we've got some more Tar Heel basketball stuff to get to.
Well, it was a big week in the Tar Heel Twitter world and in the Deon Thompson tattoo world. Deon Thompson is a well-known tattoo aficionado, and he really takes it seriously. He's got a lot. I don't know how many, but they're really artistic. We've had him on the podcast. He showed us to them. They're really good. And so his latest idea was he wanted to get a picture of the '09 championship team tattooed on his body. So this is the picture that he started with. He thought, that would make a good tattoo. And he is still overseas due to quarantine. He wasn't able to come back to Chapel Hill, so he's getting this done abroad. And then he had this turned into artwork on his, I think, leg maybe, and I think is still in progress. Well, it's definitely his leg. We have determined that. And so there it is. Look how good it is. As the next time you see Dion, you'll have to ask him. Now, this is last summer, the summer of 19. Dion got a tattoo of Roy Williams on his leg. And this is the actual time, Jones and I were sitting right there.
We were sitting there.
That Dion said, hey, Coach, let me show you this tattoo I got. This is the first time Roy Williams had ever seen a tattoo of himself on a player's body. What an historic moment that was for all of Carolina basketball to be able to be there for that. And soon there'll be a picture of the 09 team on Dion's leg joining him with Coach Williams.
We're going to get Adam's going to get the Carolina Insider logo presented by Wells Fargo on his leg. Adam, one of Dion's best friends is Marvin Williams, and Marvin also in the news this week as after a long and successful NBA career, Marvin decided to hang it up and retire from the NBA. And no doubt, first team, all nice guy, Marvin Williams, in addition to being a terrific basketball player. He's been on the pod. Really encourage you to go back and listen to that one from, I think, last summer. If you didn't hear it the first time around, made what I think biggest shot in the Roy Williams era of Carolina basketball. Without that shot against Duke at the Smith Center in 2005, I think things turn out differently for a whole lot of reasons over a whole lot of years. And played 15 years in the NBA, made over $100 million. And don't forget, the only still, I think, one and done basketball player to come back and get his degree. He worked on it for 10 years or more in order to get that Carolina diploma. But for now, we'll say goodbye. Thanks for joining us here on the Carolina Insider.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. And brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heel Sports Properties, a property of Learfield IMG College.